welcome you to another Meet the Press series. Today we are honored and privileged to have the Minister for Business Development and together with representatives from his ministry and his only agency. The thematic areas for today will be 1, capacity building and funding for young entrepreneurs, startups and scale-ups. Under that, we would have presidential pitch and presidential business support program. 2, he would also be taking green business, that is greenhouse agricultural business. 3, building entrepreneurship culture among students, SEI, Student Entrepreneurship Initiative. 4, capacity building and funding for women entrepreneurs and women entrepreneurs with disability. 5, the opening of World Business Angels Investment Forum in Ghana. So the minister will be up here and will be presenting on these 5 thematic areas.
I want to thank the Ministry of Information and the media for giving the opportunity to appreciate on what I've been doing at the Ministry of Business Development. As indicated, we want to have 5 thematic areas. The mandate of the Ministry of Business Development is to help build an entrepreneurial culture among the youth of Ghana so that we can create jobs and wealth for young people. Following this, we've initiated a number of projects to build an entrepreneurial ecosystem and to help young people own their own businesses so that they can create jobs for the youth. The first one to talk about is Presidential Business Support Program. Between over last year and this year, we've trained 19,000 young entrepreneurs across Ghana. Last year was 7,000. This year we just completed the training of 12,000 young people. The training was meant, among other things, to build their capacity to run, manage, and own businesses. The training areas focus on areas like sourcing funding, marketing, accounting, bookkeeping, and leveraging from international financial sources. Out of 7,000 young entrepreneurs trained last year, 1,350 of them were given funding ranging between 10,000 and 100,000 Ghana cedis each. This amount was meant to help those to start businesses or those who are already there to scale up. And today we can announce that out of this 1,350 that was supported, over 4,000 jobs have been created. From training 7,000 and supporting 1,350 with funding between a minimum of 10,000, maximum of 100,000. We've created over 4,000 jobs. Some of those who had the support, one of them did cleaning services. He was able to employ 15 people. Look at him and his team. Employed young people and they're cleaning. So the areas that we can mention who created jobs included Matthew Mprem Facility Management Limited. He's employed 15 persons supporting the cleaning. We have Kafmark Company Limited. They employed 5 persons. Gloria Sinam Foods, they employed 13 persons. And then Amos Bricks have employed 5. Adonton Boaten, they did Sahara Liquor. They employed 25 persons. And Kente Master, he's employed 23 persons. So, under Presidential Business Support, we've trained 19,000 in 2 years, provided funding for 1,350 of them, out of which over 4,000 jobs have been created. This year, we've trained 12 out of the 19. We intend to support 3,000 young men and women with funding also ranging between 10,000 and 100,000 Ghana cedis. And the interest rate is only 10%. These young people cannot go to access money at the bank because they don't have collateral. They don't have. You go, you ask you to bring a house or a landed property, they don't have. So it's part of the President's initiative to support young Ghanaian entrepreneurs with access to very low interest rates funding. So you build their capacity through a structured training program, rather than with funding. They set up jobs. And we monitor. We coach them, we mentor them, we monitor them. Over the next 5 years, we do that. We want to create over 120,000 jobs in 5 years. 120,000 jobs in 5 years. We don't just give them the money training to leave them. We monitor and ensure that we support them, we coach them, we mentor them, so that they build the capacity they can compete. The next under the building capacity for young entrepreneurs is the presidential pitch. The presidential pitch is an ideas competition that is meant for young people between 18 and 35 years. Most young people have ideas. They don't have the capital to implement those ideas. Presidential pitch, therefore, is designed to encourage young person business ideas. Last year, we supported 20, 10 of them got money, the minimum of 20,000, maximum of 50,000. Except the president donated another 25,000 for the first winner, but that's actually man. This year I've done a season 2, and it's very interesting. The winners were students from KNUST. They got 60,000, and the president donated his personal 40,000 for them. So the winners got 40,000. And the innovation is that they are going to produce sanitary pads from banana leaves. It's a novelty. They're going to source for raw materials from Ghana. These are students in university. They are producing sanitary pads from banana leaves. It's very important for us. And their price will be 3 cedis of 10 packs in each, as against 5 cedis of 8 packs imported. That's novelty. We want to train young people who innovate. They shouldn't conform. We want to train innovative young entrepreneurs whose products not only meet local requirements, can compete globally. And Saturday last week, before the president, after the president, we had 2 young ladies from University of Science and Technology producing Ghana-made sanitary pads for the first time at 3 cities against the 5 cities that we import. What else can we do? Building young entrepreneurial capacity to compete. The importance of this is within the context of Ghana now being part of the global African market. Ghana is hosting the Secretary of the Continental Free Trade Area in Africa, creating 1.2 billion people, over $3 trillion per annum in trade and investment. Ghana cannot benefit from this if we don't prepare our young people. We need to prepare, build our capacity, whether it's duty-free, quota-free Africa. So we need to have young people who can innovate, do something new. Presidential pitch is one of those things. That's what I've seen. We built young people through presidential business support and then the pitch. Next year, God willing, we'll go to season 3. And I'm sure we increase the amount from 60,000 to maybe 80 or 100,000 for the winners. The second one we want to do, we have our second achievement that we've made is green business. Our green business project is meant to revolutionize agriculture among young people, to make young people love agriculture. We therefore built 75 domes at Doinya in the Greater Accra region. It's the biggest greenhouse business in West Africa. It's the biggest greenhouse at Doinya. Very visible, very verifiable at Doinya. Over 920 jobs have been created. A vegetable market, only 40% of our market is being met. People love it. They want organic. There are no fertilizer. It's very organic production. So we've done 75 domes to train young people in agriculture, let them love it, and to create jobs for them. Our third initiative, as part of building the entrepreneurial capacity of young people, is the Students Entrepreneurship Initiative program. Let me situate it within this background. Every year it is estimated that 250,000 young people leave tertiary institutions, 250,000 of them. Just about 2% are absorbed into the job market. The rest must find jobs for themselves. The public sector is choked. The president therefore decided that we should create entrepreneurs. How do we do it? By letting young people believe that they can also be job owners or just being job seekers. So we've introduced what we call the Student Entrepreneurship Initiative in secondary schools and tertiary institutions. Over 7,000 students in secondary schools are benefiting from the program. We create entrepreneurship clubs in all the schools, and they debate, they discuss. Can I have the handout? We create entrepreneurship clubs in the schools and then encourage them to learn. Those who come with business ideas, we support them with funds. This is the handout done for SCI Secondary School. This is a guide for them. We're doing that across all schools. 7,000 plus young people are part of it. And every year we're going to do a competition among the students. Those who do well, we send them abroad to learn, to do more. Ghanaian youth are very intelligent. What they need is opportunity, which the president has provided for them through SCI. We are doing the same for tertiary. 15,000 young people are involved in the tertiary SCI. The essence again is to build entrepreneurial capacity among them. Let them know that everything is possible. Let's dream big. The government will support you with funding, with capacity. When you dream very big, we'll support you. Is that elsewhere? Why not here? So that's what we're doing the SCI. Fourth initiative, we are building the capacity of women in enterprise. Globally, women have less access to formal financial services. In Ghana, only 41% of women have access to formal financial services. Even though women constitute 52% of the population, they don't have more access to financial services. The banks ask them for collateral. But we have made women to only be doing the household chores. They don't have land. When they go to bank, they say you should go and bring collateral. So we have deliberately targeted women. 56% of all businesses in this country is owned by women. 56% all businesses in this country owned by women. Yet they have less access to capital. Mr. President has therefore decided that we should target women and give them support in building a capacity and business. So we've trained a number of women to build their capacity. The women are better managers of business. They are more honest. And they'll create the jobs and employ. So we're targeting women and building their capacity across the country. And there are areas like fashion, IT, agribusiness, tourism, communications, media. Building their capacity to make them support, grow businesses. And another initiative is our support for disabled women entrepreneurs in Ghana. Disability is never inability. Country's population, 5% of the country's population is made up of people with disability. 5% of 30 million people with disability. They are discriminated against. We think that they cannot deliver. But Mr. President thinks otherwise. We cannot build an inclusive Ghana if we leave a section like disabled persons, 5%. The president wants to involve everybody, women, disabled, young, youth, everybody in this development agenda and carry everybody forward to build the Ghana that we all want. We therefore launch a fund to support 1,000 women disabled persons in Ghana who do business. We've supported 100 of them. It's not just giving them the money. We train them, build their capacity. Then when they start the business, we monitor them. We're going to do that with them for a very long time. And it's very good. We started around March, April. And we have Mrs. Charlie, seamstress. She should employ new girls, 2 new girls, disabled person. She's bought an industrial machine. We have Regina, who used to be in a container. She moved from container to her own shop. And we have Mohammed Asana, who had a shop in her house. She's moved to a bigger container. All this demonstrates that if you support people, disabled persons with disability, they will do themselves. Just last week, we had another batch support. And my sister is here, one of those who benefited from last week's service program. We intend to do that until we support 1,000 young people by close of next year, with funding, with training to build their capacity. And next year also launch one for men. Yes. We'll launch one for men, but we'll give 500 to men, not 1,000 men. So that they can also build their capacity, so that in due course, Ghana will move forward with everybody. Men, women, youth, disabled. Our last point initiative, we've opened the World Business Angels Investment Forum in Ghana. The WBAF is an international body, part of the G20 Partnership for Inclusion, that aims at easing access of businesses to global financing. Every year, between 30 and 50 billion US dollars invested by angel investors. Ghana hasn't had anything from that. Average of angel investors is just about 1%. The opening of the WBA office in Ghana, which is the first in West Africa, is therefore meant to link Ghanaian entrepreneurs to the Global Energy Investments Network. They provide funding for our businesses, provide network and mentoring, make our businesses grow. Again, this should be seen within the context of a continental free trade area, 1.2 billion people, over $3 trillion. We must build the capacity for our people, young people, to compete. Their products and services not only meet required requirements, but should also go global. In sum, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Business Development has been able to build young people, create an entrepreneurial culture that makes young people believe that they can do their business. They can do their business. That's what they intend to do. The young people of this country, 60% of all of the population of Ghana is made of people below 30 years. To see the importance of what we are doing, 60% of all of the population of this country is made of people below 30 years. And 9% of all businesses in this country are small businesses. They contribute 70% to GDP. To build a sustainable, resilient economy, therefore, we must target young people. That's why we're building the ecosystem to make young people grow. 6% of our people are below 30 years. And like I said, over 40% of all businesses are people who are young, below 40 years. They own them. We can't compete if we don't build their capacity, if we don't support them. That's the solution President Akufo-Addo says, entrepreneurship is the way forward. Over the next 1 or 2 years, we also want to build the capacity of MMDAs. These are assemblies we think should also contribute to GDP. Elsewhere, GDP contribution of these assemblies is about 20%. In Ghana, it's less than 1%. We'll build the capacity of these assemblies to identify entrepreneurs and support them. We're also going to help train Kayayes with the Ministry of Gender. A lot of them are in town. We think they can do their businesses better if they're given the capacity to train them, to settle some of them, and do their business better. On this note, I want to thank you for the listening and to answer any questions that I've got. Thank you so much. I forgot to show you some of our products. Last year, those people we supported, they have, this is what they are doing, proper packaging, proper products. Kaomoko is in the Volta region. She's even there. She's employed over 200 extension farmers and over 50 people doing work. This one, Aisha Vanessa Leman, she won Provincial Peak last year. She set up a factory in Goli in the Upper West region. She has got 10 salespeople. The products are now in most of the supermarkets in Accra, in Ghana. This is what we can do if you have built the culture of young people. Let them believe themselves, support them, and they will grow. Thank you.